Hi, welcome to Good Friday. We're going to have a little devotion time together focused on Jesus' last 7 words. Typically, this is a traditional thing, and it's not 7 words, if you will, but it's the last 7 phrases that he said while he was on the cross. So I wanted to just share a little bit with you and ask you, given today, given the global pandemic and the isolation and the separated nature that we're living in, or the time that we're living in, I just wanted to ask you to meditate and contemplate on this day and what it means and how awesome and incredible our God is and the gift that we received. The very first phrase that Jesus says on the cross, for the very people who put him there, was, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." This is one of the most powerful expressions of the grace of Jesus Christ and the forgiveness of Jesus Christ. It's a statement that's truly powerful because it causes us to think about and to question who it is that we need to forgive. Who is it that we've put on the outside? Who is it that might not even know that they need to be forgiven by us? Causing a break in the relationship, an alone time, an aloneness. It's causing a break in the relationship. It's causing pain and separation. So as we meditate on these words of Jesus, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Who is it that you're challenged to forgive? Who is it that you need to reach out to and that you need to reconcile with? As Jesus hung on the cross, he was hung with 2 thieves, one on his left and one on his right. One of them railed against him, mocked him. The other one had a respect, knowing that Jesus was truly innocent. He didn't deserve the same fate as they did. The second thing Jesus said on the cross to the one, he said, "Truly, today you will be with me in paradise." He said this not only to him, but to all his followers of all time who cared for him, who love him. He offers them paradise that he will bring us to. These words are incredibly comforting. And in this time, in this space, as we contemplate Good Friday, think of those words that you might be able to find to comfort those around you. Think of the words that reflect the good news of Jesus Christ, not only in your life, but in your relationship with the people around you. If you're hurting and need to hear words of comfort, I encourage you to reach out, to seek and to share with those who might be able to comfort you, who might be able to assure you that you are not alone, that we're here, we're all in this together, and that God is with us every step of the way. The next thing the Gospels record Jesus saying is to Mary, his mother, and John as they sat there at the foot of the cross as he hung dying. He gave them to one another. He said, "Mother, this is your son." And to John, he said, "This is your mother." These are incredibly caring words for us to contemplate on this day. Who is it in your life that you know that needs to be cared for? Who is it that you could adopt or metaphorically adopt? Who needs to know that they're cared for? The next words Jesus uttered on the cross, for me, possibly are the most challenging. He cried out to God. He cried out, "Why have you forsaken me?" In the desperation of dying, there he was, looking to God and feeling forsaken. Have you ever felt forsaken? Have you ever had questions about why things happen? This text, this utterance of Jesus challenges us on this day to find the courage to call out to God, a God who not only hears us but answers our prayers, even in the harshest of situations, the toughest of times. God is there for us. Do you have the courage to cry out? As the time was nearing, Jesus cried out, "I thirst." In those words, he connected with his humanity and with our humanity. We all thirst at different times for different things. We thirst for connectedness. We thirst to be in community. This reminds us to connect. Not only to connect with God, who understands our thirst, but to connect with one another. Who is it that you can reach out to just to connect with? The sixth utterance of Jesus from the cross, and nearly his last, was, "It is finished." As he neared death, he cried out these words. He called us to completeness as he neared completing his task here on earth. We find completeness in Christ in togetherness. We find completeness as we finish tasks that lead people to the good news, to the fact that no matter how thorny life gets, how challenging life might be, there's a completeness in togetherness, and a completeness in finishing what Christ calls us to love one another as we have been loved. The last thing we hear Jesus saying from the cross is, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." He committed fully to us. He committed fully to his calling and his task. As we contemplate these last words of Jesus, we can ask ourselves, what is God calling us to commit to? Or who is God calling us to commit to? Sacrificially, lovingly, graciously. May God bless you today and over the next day and a half as we prepare for Easter morning. I pray that as you go about today and tomorrow, that God might use this time to bless us and refine us as we contemplate on the great gift of Jesus Christ through the cross. God bless you. Amen.